I must be audible. I can see the thing. All right. Hello. What's up, Benj? Good to see you again. Welcome to the stream. It's gonna be a little bit slow, cause it's just gonna be the same as previous stream, where it's just gonna be a lot of contracts over and over again. But I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with the series at the moment. To be honest, it's just gonna be. I'm a bit quiet. Okay, hang on. Let me try to fix that. Um. OBS changed the layout of everything, and it's all annoying now. Hold on. Filters. If I could add, like 10 decibels. Testing, testing. Okay, that's gonna peak. Let me do a little less. Alright. How's that? Better? Okay. Okay, so 5.5, and then I'm also gonna add a compressor on there, maybe? I don't know. Uh, uh, Okay, I don't think I can peak it anymore. It might sound a little crunchy, but that's kind of just how it's gonna be. Alright. Do I have any contracts currently active? No. Do I have any flights that are currently active with a Kerbal on it? I have a better way of checking. I can just check in the astronaut complex. Okay, that's everybody, I think. Alright. Swagalicious. I guess. Ooh, observational surveys. That's good. Why is that less? That I feel like that's less than it was in the past, especially for an EVA report. Man, that's not very. Doesn't leave me very hopeful. Crew report. So we got 2 things of observational surveys. Ooh, explore Eve. Orbital spacewalk. And return. How much does this even give me? Oh, also, this is a random side note. Is there a mod that, does windowed full screen for Kerbal? Because I find myself often very much wishing... Also, oh, my cursor isn't on. But I often find myself wishing that I had the ability to, leave the tab open in full screen. So, I find it a little bit annoying. Capture cursor. Alright, there we go. That should be good. Alright. Where's my calculator? Or do I even need it? So, 38.4, 52.8. I need the calculator. Hold on. I can't keep track of all those numbers, man. Okay, so 52.8 plus 18.48 plus 34.32. So 100K, just about, minus the rocket cost. I don't know if that's really worth it at this point. I suppose I could just go ahead and grab these really quick for just the free reputation. Uh, was that everything that I needed to do? Yeah. Epic Gaming. I'm going to drop the stream in a couple other servers. 'Cause I don't know. I feel like it. So, alright. Okay, so that's those two. There's some new stuff here, right? No. Alright. So this would give me a decent amount of change, but like, how much is nothing? Okay. I don't know. I don't really feel like doing an Eve mission. Like in terms of effort, I feel like it's too much. So I think I'm just gonna do. That's okay. What's this one? Oh, that's orbit around Kerbin. Are we serious? That's all that I'm gonna get out of that? Alright. The observational surveys of the Mun. Man, I'm so like, I just need to commit to something is my problem right now because I'm like just. You know what? I know what I'm gonna do. I am going to try to come up with some better infrastructure. Or don't I already have something? Hold on. I just okay. So I should yeah, let's get some infrastructure here. I want a payload that's an SSTO. All right. So it needs to be minimum parts, so I'm going to use large stuff. Hibernation and warp. And then this needs a parachute of some sort. And then a couple drogue chutes. Actually, yeah, let's just do it like that. Okay. And then make that the route. And then let's just clip that a little bit. Clip this down. These, I think, need to come up. How's it going? It's going good, Birdie Martin. Just, I'm suffering from some indecision, so I am building an SSTO type thing that I can reuse for payloads and so forth. Oops. 1.2, I could probably not have that much. Yeah, but it's going pretty good right now. How are you doing? Let's see here. 400 kilonewtons, 650, 3 tons. This one has somewhat better TWR. Doing fine. Glad to hear. I think, honestly, the skipper is probably the better option. I need less than that. How much payload do I really want this to, like, give me? I mean, okay, honestly, I don't need to do that. I could just do it as it comes, probably. Like, I'm probably going to lose a little time, but it's fine. I just need to do contracts. Like, that's the thing that I just need to commit to, because contracts are going to be the only way that I make any progress at this point. So, I'm going to do some stuff at the MUN. So, I'm going to do the crew reports and why didn't... I did this. What? Alright, I did that. Why is it not working? Okay, how about now? This is the right thing. Okay, now it worked. Why didn't it work before? Alright. Alright, so now plant the flag on the MUN can be done. Anything new here? Orbital station around Duna? I don't think so. Alright. We're going to the MUN. Let's do it. Let's do it! Oh, let's actually see where these, where I need to be doing these crew reports. Of course. Okay. Above 8 kilometers. Above 8. Above. Okay, cool. Above 10. What does the EVE contract want from me? It wants me to do an orbital spacewalk. But I don't... Actually, EVE... You know what? I just realized that I'm kind of an idiot. And... What I've just come to realize is that I have patched Connix, actually, and it's not going to be that big of a hassle to do this. It expires in 4 hours, and I have these active. I kind of just fucked myself. Whatever. It's something else like that will come up. It's fine. But yeah, that would give me 100 grand. Speedrun the MUN. Yeah, I think I could. I mean, if I could make it to the MUN surface in 4 hours with the parts that I have available to me, I would be very surprised. All right. Upgrade mission control. So I've considered that. I don't know if upgrading mission control necessarily would give me that much. I mean, that's a minor setback. I mean I don't know. I get a lot more contracts, which means I get better advances. flight planning. I don't know what flight planning means. Is that maneuver nodes? Because this is maneuver nodes, I thought, right? Oh, yeah, you need both at the same time. So I have to do this eventually. I guess I could do it now. Yeah, you know what? I don't know. Depends on whether you think spending that much. I mean, so that's kind of what I'm debating, right? I th- I get to oh, I just clicked on the wrong thing. I get the ability to accept more contracts, which means I can have more things going on and I don't have to like do things one at a time. So ultimately, I don't actually need to do this, but I think for the purpose of how much time it would take me to do things, I think it's worth it. So, you know what? Screw it. Boom. We did it. It's done. I don't need to think. Oh, wait. And I need to accept the stupid contract. God damn it. I keep forgetting things. It's been too long since I've done this, man. I got to do this more frequently. All right, get in here. Explore Eve. We'll accept that. How long does that last for? I don't see a time limit anywhere. All right, cool. And then I guess what else could I do? I could do this min-miss thing. Yeah, I'll do the min-miss thing. And then these temperature surveys, I don't think it's okay. So is there like a branch you can now use maneuver nodes? No, I can't because I have to upgrade the top right. Is that where it says it? Oh, I see. Um, so do the conduct temperature surveys of Kerbin? Do those like branch into something really good? I've never viewed it as worth it to do those. Like I get it's just like plain shit or whatever, but like is it worth doing? I guess because I mean like does it potentially unlock a very useful like contract thing down the line? Oh, and I remember I have that satellite that's up there that has the the antenna on it that I can swipe. So I need to remember that as well. Because that will come in handy for sure. Yeah, I did. That has a positive TWR, that's crazy. The Mun. Grand Theft Spacecraft. Yeah, yeah, basically. Um, oops. Yeah, I'm gonna also go to Minmus, so extra is good. Do it like that. Man, it's these things look so funny. Spark engine, my beloved. Yeah, I love the Spark engine, dude. It's the best one. Okay, so let's turn on interstage nodes. And let's... How many parts do I got? Plenty. All right. So let's do that. Okay, first let's move this down. A hard mode challenge? Which one is that? What's up, Aspen? Nice to see you. Yeah, Spark needs... It's just that one Reed Captain video where he just slanders it for like an entire video for no reason. Makes no sense. It's I even like left a comment at one point on that video saying like, dude, like it's like low-key goated. I don't know what you're trying to disparage the good name of the Spark engine for, but I guess small means bad all of a sudden. And which hard mode challenge, by the way? Actually, now that I think about it, I think I probably need more fuel than that. I'll add some more once this is done. What are my goals for the playthrough? Rags to Riches Challenge 7. I don't remember what that one was. Hold on. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's... Yeah. It's a good engine for that kind of thing, for sure. And as for my goals, um, completing the tech tree is kind of like the benchmark for, like, you're done. Right. But, like, if I get to that point and I haven't landed on everything, I'll do, like, a grand tour or something at the end of it just for, like, sentimental value or whatever. Alright, so now I need a couple parachutes. Well, I need a flag for drag here. Oh, I hate that it does this thing where, like, the, the fairing and also, water does this, where it, like, gets in the way of the flag for some reason, and it makes it invisible. It's, like, pretty annoying. Okay, so this needs more fuel. And I'm just going to strap more... No, let's do this intelligently. Let's just do this. What? Oh. But yeah, goals are just beat career mode for all intents and purposes. Alright. Mun plus Minimus SSTO stage. Yeah. Yeah, that was always my like so like I mean honestly like my goal like so that's the long-term goal, but like it's the journey, right? So like getting to that point is going to be mostly Um, it's mostly just going to be a bunch of like contracts, honestly. But I want the videos that I make to have like a significant amount of like something new happening. And so because I'm in a weird in between point right now. Also, let's have Valentina pilot this one. She needs more experience. Plant a flag on the Mun, go to the Mun, go to Minmus. Just observational surveys and EVA reports. Okay. Um, at the moment, I'm in like this middle ground where there's not a whole lot much more I can do because I've unlocked every major like tech tree node up until like I've run out of ability to do so because of the like level 1 R&D facility. And that means that, oh wow, that's a lot less than I thought. Whatever, it'll be fine. Um, yeah, so because I can't get any new tech, I'm like kind of like locked in this like state where the only thing I really can do is contracts and potentially go to new places, right? Like, I mean, technically I could go to Jewel and do some stuff there, but it wouldn't yield enough funds to like do anything else, right? So like going there would be kind of pointless at the moment. And so for the short term, I'm just going to be doing these. And once I can upgrade the R&D facility and I actually have a use for the science, then I'm going to like start doing some more interesting things and try to get as much science as I can. Take a crew report. Hold on. I need to pay attention to my gravity turn. Because I've kind of screwed this up a little bit. I have extra fuel, so it's not a big deal, but yeah, hold on. Above 18,500 meters, 18,500 meters, near Agabrit's resignation. What does that mean? Who's Agrabit? Nice gravity line. Yeah, I know. I've kind of screwed this up a little bit. It's okay. Um, it's here. I got this. It's fine. Yeah, basically. Speaking of professional KSP player, I actually Gravity Corner. I like that. I like that. But speaking of professional, I actually just got my first ever paycheck from YouTube. It's like $100, but like, hey, that's money in the bag. And honestly, considering that I just got to like have fun in order to get that, I'll take it. Yeah, Gravity turns like. Thank you. Thanks for the congratulations. Gravity turns are like just one of those things that like you kind of just get like the spidey sense for after you've played the game enough. Um, I kind of screwed this up because I was reading chat and not paying attention, but um, I don't know. It like there's a lot of things in the game that like you can like watch tutorials for and stuff, but like you kind of just have to experience the game for a decent amount of time, and then you kind of just like learn a bunch of like things to pay attention to while you play the game that will like help you. So like for me it's like watching like apoapsis versus like time to get there and stuff like that. Yeah, it failed me. And then there's like the most of the gravity turn happens in like the first like minute of launch or less depending on like what your TWR is. I kind of misjudged that because I've been like if you work with like the same amount of TWR very consistently, like 1.35 is kind of what I shoot for. Then like you can kind of like my rule of thumb is like turn 10 degrees off of like vertical once you reach like 100 meters per second, and then you kind of want to be around 400 meters per second when you're at like 45 degrees, and you kind of just go from there. And it works well enough. All right. So I need to dispatch of this booster. Hang on 1 second. Oh. Okay, that was weird. Yeah, and gravity assists are like that to a lesser extent. Like you kind of just get a sense for it after a while, but there are like some things that are going to be like you kind of have to learn how it like functions. Like especially if you're not like I don't know. I have a pretty good sense for things intuitively just from like messing around with things, but like if you want to get there like quicker, um like there's certain rules of thumb like if your orbit is more different from what you're encountering and it's not tangent to it, you're going to have a higher speed relative to the body, and then you want to redirect that velocity is like the main kind of like thing that happens there. I don't know. Like yeah. I can't really like so that like that's the thing, right? Is I can't really like explain it. Okay, is that going to blow up? It better not blow up. Why can't I thrust? Well, that's great. Whatever. Even with experience. I mean, like I'm not good at them per se. Like I've I have to put like a really solid chunk of time into them in order for it to like work out. And like me personally, I think being good at them isn't just like getting to your desired destination, it's doing so in like the least amount of time. Cuz like you can just like arbitrarily like float around in space as much as you want, right? That doesn't mean like you're more skillful. It just means that like you're good at like rendezvousing, right? It's not a very like interesting assist chain. Like a good thing to point to is like Macalo's like really old Grand Tour, and like because he did the whole thing in like 10 in-game years or something like that, which is like super impressive given that this was in like 2013. You have 220 hours of in KSP and don't really know how to do it. I mean, like, yeah, but like also like I have like 3,000 hours in this game, right? Right, like I have a lot of it like experience with the game. Also, this bottom tank is about to get obliterated. Can I transfer fuel yet? Nope. All right. Well, okay. Bye bye tank. Whatever. Yeah, but I don't know. It just depends on like how much time you've put into it, and it's a very slow learning curve. And you don't really need to do gravity assists for like anything in the game, to be completely honest. Like you never need them. You can always just make the rocket bigger. But oh wait, no, what am I doing? Hold on. You can always just make the rocket bigger, but that's a fairly unsophisticated solution. And if you like having sophisticated solutions, there's a pretty good alternative. Yeah, that's true. Um, for minimalist missions, it's like the cornerstone technique because then you don't have to like plan every stage of the mission to be like you don't have to find the minimum configuration that gets you like the delta V for the transfers and all that stuff. Okay, so I have low TWR, so I'm gonna go to Minmus first. Where's Min Miss? Okay. Hold on. What is my acceleration right now? A third of a g. So like 3.2 meters per second. So that would take me... What is that in minutes? It's a 5-minute burn. I mean, I could do that in one. Gravity says off Joule to go interstellar. Yeah. I mean, Joule is just very friendly for gravity assist. There's all the moons and stuff to mess with, and yeah. I need to clean up some of this junk because it's kind of distracting. Oh, I forgot to fix my orbit. Well, hopefully this doesn't go... Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Well... Yeah. The tyranny of the rocket equation causes the more fuel approach to become ineffective. Yeah, that's true. I mean, there is a maximum amount of delta V that you can get off of a single stage. Like, that's true. But, like, your mass ratio can be infinite if you just, like, use a lot of decouplers. So, like, staging off these fuel tanks is just boosting the mass fraction, essentially, is what's happening. Because, like, compared to, like, real-world rockets and stuff, the mass fraction of fuel tanks in Kerbal Space Program is, like, actually, like, really bad. Right? Like, 9-to-1 is, like that's a lot of tank to hold that much fuel. Especially when you consider, like, the large fuel tanks. Like, that's, like, they're pretty fat, honestly. So, yeah. I don't know how many minutes I've been burning for, but the periapsis is moving a lot, so... Wait a minute. What? What? Oh, whoa. Nobody... Wait, hang on a second. What? I can? No, wait. Hold... I thought that I needed to also upgrade the tracking center. No, you were totally right. What? Who didn't tell me this immediately when I... Come on. Are you serious, dude? I thought the tracking station had to be level 3. God damn it, dude. What the hell? That's so stupid. What? Okay, well, now that I have this, this gets a whole lot simpler. God damn. Only adds unknown. Then why would you... That's so dumb. What? I can't believe that. That is insane, dude. Well, this just got a whole lot easier, man. What the hell? I have no excuse not to go to Eve. So, like, do I turn this into a video now? Like, because that's a major progression point, right? Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I could turn it into a video unless I, like, unlock something, like, super major, you know. I could just make a short, like documenting my own stupidity. I guess. Could do that. Mission planning available. I think so like I didn't know what that meant either. Right? And so like I saw mission planning available, and then when I hovered over the like upgrade thing on the tracking center, it was like requires like it said like requires mission control upgrade in order to like whatever, but I had moused over the like upgrade thing, so I thought that that was part of it, right? So I don't know. I can't believe like how have I not like I feel like I have to make a video out of that. Like I'm oh, you know what? That'll be the intro. That's the intro to the next video. That's how it's gonna go. Okay. That's the intro. That's so funny, dude. I can't believe I didn't know that. That's so stupid. Yeah, so I mean that wrote itself. That was like all right. Well, I guess we just keep conducting these missions. This Eve mission is going to be very simple. Which oh, wait, I should be conducting that. Um I'll do it between this and the Mun transfer or whatever. Something something 3,000 hours. Yeah, I know, dude. It's so stupid. They're like for as much as I like to think that I know about this game, there's just like this there's so much shit that I'm just completely unaware of. And it's like, man, like it's just because of like it's the way that I play the game. I play it in a specific way and I'm good at that specific way. But there's just some very simple facts that just fly under the radar. All right. Oh, my I need some more inclination. I don't think I should hit the ground. It's in this basin, right? Yeah. And then where in the basin? Before the little bulb? The little bulbous bulb? So in like the deep part, I think. Like right here. Why can't it? Did the game audio just stop for you guys? I can't hear anything anymore. Okay, it just stopped. I don't know what happened. I think if I reload the audio, that'll do it. Hold on. All right, I don't know what happened. You're just gonna have to live with it, I guess. Oh, it's just the engine that stopped. Okay. Oh, and I'm pretty far from that. I kind of messed this up. Oh, yeah, I can do that. 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 Oh, yeah, I can Um, so I think it's to the west. So we go that way. What is this emoji? What is that? What is that emoji? Oh, I. Okay, I get it now. Um. All right, so it's like north and to the west. Is it on the hill? I don't know where this is actually. It's a mountain. Maybe it's a minty mountain. Oh, here it is. You can active. Oh yeah, duh. I can do that. There's also a lot of features in the game that I just don't use because I kind of like just I didn't know they were a thing at first, and so then I just learned how to do it without it, and so now that's just how I do things, and it's like way slower. So EVA report. All right. They're also like right next to each other, so like I don't know. Oh, the stream's peak. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think that. Oh, oh. Why am I still going up? Come on, stop it. I think that music means I'm in space. Yes, orbit. Also, Dadabun, is your username a play off of Badabun? Oh, what? Am I also in? Oh, okay. I guess it just went to the next one. Oh, that's funny. I've activated this glitch. Um, I don't remember how to stop this. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's a wholesome story though. Oh, okay, that was. um, can I jump? All right, we're good. Okay. I I don't know why that worked like that, but okay. Yeah, I've been underutilizing Valentina's flight capabilities apparently. The ground jump scare. Yeah. All right, and I saw. Oh, there's one. Can I collect a surface sample as a not scientist or a rock? Can I collect this rock? I can. Geologist's pick. What? I don't get any science for this. Have I already gotten one? Okay, whatever. Will Billiana be featured in more of my videos? Yes, I'm working on an episode of the I Need by Jeb right now, and Billion is also in this series. I haven't utilized her much yet because I haven't done a lot of stuff that require an engineer. There's been a few things. Um, so hopefully there will be some content in the future. The new book I am excited about because there's some fun narrative things that are happening. Jebstrogen. Jeb will not be taking any Jebstrogen. No. But I think that's really funny. Is that the craft or is that an object? That is the craft. During Pride Month. What do you mean? What do you mean it's bad? I'm not gonna. I'm not. I'm not trans in the Kerbals. Oh, is that green sandstone? Probably. That's. I can't tell. I think that's green sandstone. I am going entirely too fast. Okay, we're fine. Is yes. So canonically, what happened? Okay, so canonically, Bill transitioned, right? What the lore, like the what actually happened, was, um, yeah, that's green sandstone. What happened was when I was doing a minimalist Duna mission a few years ago. Water's making the Kerbals gay. Yeah, it's what's happening. But when I was doing this Duna mission, I discovered after conducting the mission that female Kerbals have this weird property where they just take on less reentry heating for some reason. I don't understand why. And I had flown the mission with Bill because I needed the engineer to like do EVA construction because it was a minimalist mission. And so what ended up happening was I just went into the files and then changed the gender to female because I thought it would be funny, and also I did not want to refly the entire mission. Um, so that's what happened, right? And so that's where like the Billiana thing started, and then I just like liked the idea and thought it was funny, but also like, hey, why not? And just ran with it. And so now it's just like part of the lore. Um, a lot of satellite ones. So the issue with the Duna ones is it's not going to have any connectivity, so I don't think I can do that. Um, I could do both of these. Retrograde orbit and miss. I could do both of these at the same time, actually. So, yeah. So, how do I want to do this? I'll do them in series. Ah! What do they need? All right. Okay, so needs to generate power, needs a battery, needs an antenna. The Minmus one needs this, and then the other one doesn't. And then I'll give it that. Ah! Keep tabbing out. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, that's plenty. But yeah, that's Billiana's origin story. It was just like kind of a meme, and then I ended up liking it and just kind of kept it around because I thought it was charming. Like it's not really a meme, I guess is kind of what I'm saying. Because, like, I mean, that's obvious. Like, I don't know. Part of it is also kind of like it's not really like it's not a joke, right? I wouldn't call it a joke because it's like a serious thing, right? But I also like this is going to sound performative just because of like how like the subject matter, but I don't really care. But like I don't necessarily think that that's something that should be like thought of as like weird. You know what I mean? So there's the aspect of it where it's like, well, if it's just normative in this like universe or whatever, and it's like not really touched upon, then it's like normalized, right? Because like, you know, trans acceptance is like an important thing. It's something I believe in, so might as well just normalize it. Like it's not like meant to be like any kind of like talking point or whatever. I like thought about it for like a brief period of time, and I was discouraged from doing that, and I completely understood why. Like I didn't like try to like argue anything about that. So yeah, it's whatever. Plus, then I get it. It's just a funny story at this point, honestly, because of the transing the Kerbals for the sake of minimalist gains. But I don't know, just silly. I don't really want to bother with making this reusable. I could just do this. So that's entirely too much. And then some cheap wings. Dual probe launcher. That should be okay, presumably. And I don't think it's going to be so much drag that or I don't think it's going to I think it's going to be enough drag that this thing doesn't just like careen out of the system, but we'll see, I guess. Oh. Oh. Hold on. I forgot that I have SAS and I should use it. All right, I need to put control wings on this thing cuz it really does not like going in a straight direction for some reason. Oops. Uh-oh. Stream buffering. I have the stream open on YouTube on my set on like my third monitor or whatever. It's because of gravity. No. It's drifting off of like east or whatever. They tend to be oddly costly. Whatever. This thing is still under 10,000 funds, so I don't really care that much. Because of evil, yeah. me when I ICBM my way into space because it's a more effective way of getting to orbit. Oh. Well, I have a solution for that. uh, oops. Um, never stick fins on them. Yeah, so yes, but this thing kept drifting off of equatorial for some reason, so I just didn't want to deal with it, and I'll strap fins to it. I'm not like super like plussed about getting the ultimate like, like the ultimate cost ratio or whatever. I'm just trying to make this thing function at least somewhat well. All right, I think that should do it. Yeah, yeah, it doesn't. I used to think that none of them did until I looked at the numbers on a couple of them. I think it's just the new ones do. Like the shrimp might. Well, no, the shrimp doesn't. I think it's just the big ones, like the Pollux or whatever, Pollux, Clydesdale, and the one in between those two. I don't remember what it's called. Thoroughbred, I think, because they're named after horses. All right, it's getting hot again. Okay, I just need to do. Um, I have flags. Flags will do it. How much? I have two parts available to me. They're both going to be flags. Less spicy ascent profile? No, no, no. You don't know how we do things here. We do things specifically and only spicy. All right, that covers it. We do things the hard way here. Yeah. What is the best landing gear for minimalist space planes? Well, I don't think any of them are big enough to justify anything other than the small landing gear, like the retractable ones. Cause even like an unrefueled Tylo SSTO needs only like regular wheels. Well, yeah, flags is what you would use for like a rocket or whatever, but they said plane, so I'm assuming wheels is what they were looking for. I mean, yeah, flags like when they get small enough. If you're dealing with anything over like 10 tons, probably like flags get kind of finicky because like the thing with flag landing gear is that it likes to like clip into the ground and like snap you out of it like for some reason. Like I don't know, it can be kind of finicky to work with. I personally don't like using flag landing gear cuz it's just I don't know, I find it really annoying to deal with. All right. That's whatever. Landing on the engine. Yeah, that there's that too. Plus engines don't really have like an impact tolerance if you land on the nozzle, so there's like that part of it as well. Yeah, and that's something I wanted to make a video on, but then I started like researching it and I found out that it was like horribly complicated and I had no chance of understanding it. It's like the vectoring engines. I don't think that there's a non-vect. Well, no, that's not true. The the twin, no, not twin bore. The cheetah? No, what's it called? The one with the two engines, but it's like a standalone liquid fuel engine. That one. It demonstrates a property where if if you land on the nozzle specifically of the engine and it doesn't clip through the ground. No, not the poodle. Though that one does too. Yeah, the DLC one. If you hit the ground and Bobcat, that's it. If you hit the ground and you don't go through the ground enough, like you're not going too fast where you just like clip through the ground and explode instantly, the engine will just survive and ignore any impact tolerance. The Cheetah is actually the best one for it because it has a really big engine bell. So like I've seen it survive like 100 meter per second impacts before, right, in testing. Like it's kind of nutty. And so the reason for that is extremely convoluted. It's something like the parts are made in Blender, and in Blender there's a hierarchy of meshes. And it's something to do with the fact that because the like gimbal is like a separate object or something like that, and like the way that it's contained, like it's all in the same hierarchy, but because of the way that the engine bell is stored in that hierarchy, the like crash tolerance attribute isn't like it's not even that, because it happens during the collision that there's some weird like sub-order process bullshit that happens and it like doesn't work the way that it's intended. And it's like I don't understand it. There are people that do understand it, and I am not smart enough in the realm of like understanding code to like fully grasp like what is happening. Like I've had it explained to me plenty of times, and I do not have enough computer science knowledge to like actively like understand and explain what is happening. Because if I were to make a video on it, I would want to make like a full like this is how it works, like blah blah blah, like this line of code does this and this line of code does that, and somewhere along the line something goes wrong and blah. Right, like I would want to explain it in a way where I'd feel satisfied with the explanation, but I haven't been able to do that for myself yet, so it's stuck in limbo. I have some script for it, but like it's literally just the intro, so it's not really anything. No, and it's not even that gimbling isn't gimbling. It's that the fact that it can gimbal changes the way that the part is like understood during, because the last thing that I remember about it, it was there's a function in the code where it triggers it being in the state of a collision triggers lines of code that say like activate this collision state, and if this happens go to crash. But if the part is not recognized, like it skips the function and it goes to something else. And somewhere along the line of doing that, it like for some reason it just like sets it down on the ground, right? Because it doesn't bounce unless like you're rotated, and that's like different. It offsets it a wrong amount, and then because it's still under the ground, it pops it out, right? It's something to do with you hit the ground, and because the bell is stored wrong in the hierarchy, the game doesn't recognize it as part of the part or something like that, and as a result, you survive. It's super bizarre. Like I do not understand it at all. So I do not believe that there will be a video from me explaining that subject, unfortunately. As much as I wish that there would be. 90% of my computer science knowledge is installing Linux. I mean, that is more than like most people. I don't use Linux because like I don't feel like having to like learn C sharp or whatever in order to like make a folder. I don't need to. Like I don't know. I'm not a computer science major. All right, the network is kind of distracting. I'm going to turn it off. All right. So since I have this newfound ability to make maneuver nodes, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Because I'm going to do this. I need to wait a little longer. There we go. So I'm going to do that. All right. I think this is a fake. Yeah, that's fake. All right. So now that that's happening, I have to wait 25 days. So I'm going to go over here and bring... Where are you? I'm going to bring you over to the MUN. All right. I'm going down, so burning north is fine. So I'm just okay. So there. A little more. All right, cool. And then slightly to the south, and that should be fine. You can scroll wheel on the little maneuver icon in the bottom left to adjust by small. Yeah, I know. I use that a lot. I also use the thing where you can like click on it and adjust it. If I'm getting really precise with my nodes, I'll use like the MechJeb like maneuver planner thing. You could also just manually edit the values because it actually like it shows them to you. Got it. All right, I have to wait. $10. Okay, I got plenty of time. Back to the self-torture. Yes, I am. Welcome to the chat cam. Thankfully, I discovered that it's actually not as torturous as I was expecting, because apparently, and I don't know who didn't tell me this, but apparently you can unlock maneuver nodes by upgrading the mission control center. So I have maneuver nodes now. So it's not gonna be too bad. Least chaotic patch conics. It's just one encounter. It's not bad. There's just this green thing here from a different contract that's making it a little weird. Yeah, I had no idea. It was stupid. It's gonna be the intro of the video. I don't remember what time stamp that was. I'll find it later. It's fine. It won't be hard. It's at the beginning of the stream. But I found out for the first time on stream, and it was allegedly amusing. The realization of 26. Yeah, something like that. Not that much, please. Alright, and just swing around, I guess. It really feels like I'm like playing career mode as it was intended right now, with like all of like the simultaneous contracts going on. It's fun. I like it. All right. So now I'm gonna go back to the other probe thing and get that set up, and then I think I'm gonna go ahead and plan the Eve mission. What? Oh, that's a different thing that's going on. All right. All right. I've already been live for an hour and a half. Damn. It's flying by. Oh, and also like I'm not trying to get the maneuver node super perfect right now, because like there's no chance I'm going to be able to execute it very accurately because of like I don't have maneuver SAS for this probe. So I kind of just have to point prograde or just point and hope I get good enough. And also like the mass is off center for some reason. So that's also not helpful. I'll start it now, why not? The mass is offset for some reason. Large antenna. Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. I know. I just didn't expect it to be that much. All right. Good enough. Okay, so the plan here, I'm doing a 10x size run on stock parts because I saw a video where who did that? Half Mark 2 did one where it was 30x scale, and there was a video. I don't think it exists anymore, where somebody did it with 50 times scale. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and decouple these two from each other now. This is the Minmus craft, so let's target Minmus. That looks pretty good. Double Mun encounter. Probe mitosis. Yeah. Well, wouldn't it be meiosis? Or no, it wouldn't be meiosis. It's not. Well, no, it's meiosis because there's like the seed thing, and then like now there's two, but they're different. It's not the same as the parent. Okay, I can fine tune that later. Alright, so now this guy needs to capture. Someone's gone to Gilly on 100x scale? Who? Who did that? Video got 40k views. Of course it did. Yeah, I was thinking of doing like 100x scale for something, because like it kind of seems like people think that's like kind of more impressive than like gravity multipliers, which I'm not trying to be salty about, but like I mean I did that, right? But like the thing is like what I realized is I have the skill to do it, so I might as well just do both, right? So at some point I might look into doing 100x scale for the Mun. It's like just a different kind of challenge. Linear path. I'm gonna look this up and watch it later. This is like a bunch of shit posting. Popular. Linear path 100x scale. Okay, there it is. I have it queued up. I will watch it later. Oh, he did the 30x scale Duna video. I thought that that was somebody else. So I thought somebody did 50x scale Duna or something. I don't remember. Oh, no, somebody was working on that, I think. Can I activate navigation to this thing? Alright, and this is the ascending node. I don't know what Cassini. Oh, Cassini probe. Oh, okay. Like what? Like what do you mean? Like just like launch a probe way out there? Because wasn't the Cassini probe? Didn't that one go past Saturn? Wasn't that what that one was? Yeah. 100x scale it. Okay, so like I get those comments, and I get that like people are just being funny or whatever, but like don't ever think that like I'm going to do like 10x gravity Earth scale or some bullshit like that. Like, because it's just genuinely not possible with stock parts, right? Like maybe if I found like a mod that had like a randomly like overpowered part or something like that, it could be done. I don't know. But like the delta V requirements to get to Kerbin orbit with 10x gravity is already like extreme enough. and just like adding another like order of magnitude to the scale problem would just make it like so like think about it like this. Um the it, okay, so 10x gravity and 10x scale and 100x scale are like similar in terms of your delta V requirements, right? They're similar. But the thing that is the issue is that when you have 10x gravity, you lose so much like usable mass straight to the engines, right? Because the Mammoth engine, what's the number? I think it gets 27 TWR without anything attached to it, right? And I forget what the ratio is. Actually, hold on. I have a spreadsheet that calculates this for me somewhere. I'm not going to find it. I'm going to stay focused on this. But might be possible. No, it so like the hardest part of any of it is going to be getting to suborbital trajectory. That's the hardest part of a 10x gravity anything, or a high gravity mission for that matter, even 5x gravity, right? The hardest part is suborbital trajectory because you're in the atmosphere, so you're losing ISP first off, and then second off, you have to just overcome the immense amount of acceleration to like actually like push your apoapsis out there. I should be doing something else. I should. So, hold on. Add maneuver. How many days do I have to wait? Oh, I have a problem. Okay. Let's fix that problem. Uh. All right. If I just raise this a little bit, it'll be fine. All right, and then oh, a little more. Uh, Wait. Oh, hang on a second. I can use that. I can use that. Yeah, if I cheat for sure, right? Like if I use a Kraken drive or some bullshit, like yeah, it's absolutely possible. But um that's not a very satisfying outcome for me. I think that's stupid. Like why would I even make a video at that point, right? But yeah. So your TWR with no payload, no fuel tank, infinite fuel, and just the Mammoth engine is like 27 or something, right? So 2.7 in 10x gravity, right? And that's enough to get off the ground, right? But like it's eating so much into the amount of mass that you can just like move off the ground. And 1.3-ish TWR is optimal if you want to maximize the amount of like um the amount of burn time that you have, which is the important part. Okay. 158 days. I have plenty of time to wait. All right. Yeah, like I'm not doing that, right? Like I'm not just gonna like, oh guys, I made an infinite fuel cal controller thing, and I'm going to go to I don't know. I'm gonna go to the surface of Jupiter with like 1,000x gravity. Blah, blah. Like it's not challenging at that point, right? Like it's like what? There's no point to me making a video on it, right? Like I'm gonna stick to like the stock part thing because if I'm using modded parts, I can just mod the parts myself and make them do whatever I want them to. There's no point to it. Um, and so you get call it 3 TWR at absolute best. Absolute best. Like no fuel, no payload, nothing. Infinite fuel. Now, you need 1.3 TWR, but your burn time for that is 10 seconds. You get 10 seconds of burn time, or like 15 seconds. Again, at absolute maximum, you're getting like 10 to 15 seconds of burn time, which is like, I think 1,000 meters per second of delta V. But keep in mind, most of that is going directly into gravity losses, right? So you're losing most of your delta V to gravity losses, and you get 15 seconds of burn time. And that's why my 10x gravity missions have like 20 stages, right? There's so many stages because like you only get like maybe like I think it was like 3 to 500 meters per second of like extra velocity out of each stage. And you need to get up to like 4,000 meters per second to be on a suborbital trajectory. Yeah. So yeah, like 10x gravity missions, like the 10x gravity Mun mission, just to be clear, was 760 parts, launched twice, right? And I had to use like a very, very specific building technique to even make sure that the thing didn't just fly apart on the runway or immediately after taking off, right? I had to like discover that for myself and like figure that out. And it was like, and even once I figured out like the method for it, it was still extremely difficult to even get it to work. Like I could show, but I'm doing this right now. Um, there was a engine plate, and I was trying to make everything dragless because drag does matter, right? And so the fuel tank and 16 Mammoth engines were all attached to this one engine plate. And so then I included the engine plate with a cargo bay that was attached to that engine plate. And so then I had to block off the node with a strut and then offset the strut inside of the cargo bay. So everything was dragless, but it would just like the Mammoth engines would start wiggling, and then like they would block each other's thrust for some reason. And what I ended up having to do was like attach a strut from from a part that was physicsless, because for some reason that made a difference. Like it made no sense, right? Like it was a very difficult and drawn out process, right? And then once I had figured it out, I did nothing with it for like 6 months, which is just like a classic thing that I do now. Um, yeah, I can take the reputation of this really quick. But yeah, like it barely functions, and the payload mass to low Kerbin orbit with 10x gravity was like half a ton, right? So if you're at Earth, at the velocity you would be going at, you would barely be suborbital at that point. And on top of that, you would only have half a ton to get the rest of the way to orbit. So you would probably have, like, I think it would need to be. So my guess is at the absolute minimum, like the lower bound for how much bigger the craft would have to be, it would have to be the square root of 10 times bigger. So we're talking over 2,000 parts, right? Which, first off, if I can even get that to run, that would be an achievement. Getting it to not fly, like fling itself apart after that point, I don't know. Yeah, square root of 10, right? So three times, like about three. But the atmosphere's bigger in RSS, and you're not going to be equatorial. If it's 10x scale Kerbin, I don't know. Let's call it 3.5 times larger, just as like probably that's what it's going to be. So 2,500 parts. It would weigh like how much was it? I think it was 15 kilotons. So it would weigh like 45 kilotons. Call it 50. 50 kilotons, 2,000 parts. and it all has to be precisely engineered so that like as you're ascending, you lose TWR and gain ISP and gain delta V so that like it is efficient, because you need to be operating efficiently, otherwise you're just not going to have enough delta V. Like it, I don't know. It might actually be less than 3.5 times, honestly, because like your the amount of gravity that you would have to be fighting in the later stages would be significantly lower because the Earth is bigger and you're moving faster, and that's like the differential is wider, so you could probably get away with like a lower thrust stage. I don't know, but it would just have to be so big that like I don't know. I don't think it would be possible. Maybe like honestly, procedural parts would help a lot because of where are you? This one. Um, because and it wouldn't help because of like whatever. It would help because you could make the fuel tank arbitrarily large, and that would only really help with like cross feeding issues and make it a little bit less laggy from that standpoint. But you're still like I think that like 5/6 of the part count of my 10x gravity Mun mission launcher thing was entirely just engine. Like I'm pretty sure it was like seven. No, it was like 5 to 6, 700. Um, yeah, that many engines. It was a lot. Because it was like 760 parts. And it was just mostly like engine. It was pretty. I can't speak right now. I don't know what's going on with my brain. I can't get words out. Yeah. So RSS Carbon. I think like if you just had like an infinitely powerful computer, maybe. But at the same, but like if you're talking like 100x scale, like I don't see it being possible. Like genuinely. 1000x scale at 1% gravity. Isn't that just the same as? Wait a minute. Isn't what you just said just like Kerbin, but like really big? Or no, you. Wait. Hold on. If it's 1,000th gravity and 1,000x scale, I think you have 10,000th there. Gravity bubble. Yeah. Hollow. Have you guys heard of like the Hollow Earth conspiracy? Like, have you seen that shit? Kerbin if Hollow Earth was a thing. 10x scale, 2x ISP. Well, the 2x ISP kind of nullifies some of that. It wouldn't be that bad. Like, I mean, a 5x gravity like moon mission could be possible. I don't know. I would have to look into it. I haven't toyed around with it. But I've landed here, and that means I turn to you all and ask, what should I name this place? I'm gonna, while I wait for you guys to come up with an adequate name, I gotta do some stretches because I have been sitting down for most of today. You wouldn't cheat with modded Partville. That's a pretty good one. Ah! Ow! Cow control is like evil town. Uh, these are all pretty good. I like you wouldn't cheat with modded Partsville because it's nostalgic one, but also I don't know. It was the first one I saw and I thought it was funny. I'm gonna go with that one. There you go. Thanks, Jimmy Blether. Appreciate your contribution. I guess I'll check the Space Center, see if there's anything else I can do. Ooh, temperature surveys. I think I do have a probe that can do these. So I'll do that. Position prober in an... Does prober have fuel? Yes. Prober has plenty of fuel. Okay. So I'll adjust prober. Another rescue. I think I'm okay. So, oh, science data from space around Kerbin. How am I still getting these? Sure, I'll do that. All right. So let's get Valentina on a return trajectory first. And I have excess fuel, so I'm just gonna do this lazily. Minimum for a beatable career in 10x. What do you mean? Like minimum science multiplier? In 10x scale, I think you can farm. Oh, not to go bankrupt. Well, this started with 0 funds, right? So, like, you can survive off of like a no fund start because there are like you can just accept a contract immediately. I think biome hopping. If you have like if you don't have like any of the multipliers on, biome hopping should offer you enough that you can unlock some liquid fuel engines and get to space. Yeah. I mean, it's not cost, it's part count and, like, mass. Not even manned. Also, that's another thing that, like, I wonder about. Like, why do you go manned first and then probes, right? Like, because, like, I guess it's just because probes can be so much smaller. I don't know. I find it a little weird. I wish probes were easier to unlock. I'm mostly just salty right now because like I would really like to have probes, but it is what it is, I guess. Also, I know my stage is empty. Your smallest orbiter is 180 parts. Are you using like tier 1 parts or something? Wait, what? Didn't I do this? Okay, so I have scientific data from Space Around Kerbin right there. And then that Explore Eve thing is there. Hold on. I put Huh? Did I not finish this? Hold on. Where's... That's Prober. Hold on, tracking station. What's going on here? Oh, he hasn't... Oh, that hasn't made it yet. Okay. That's fine. Right, because this thing... Where is it? Hold on. Dual probe launch is orbiting Kerbin. It's not there yet. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, yeah. With better tech, you can get it down. Yeah. Okay. That's all the same. What's next at this point? What are my contracts right now? Oh, temperature surveys of the... Well, let's just bring Valentina back. I think that's the next thing. Yeah, 100... Yeah, for an orbit, that's pretty rough. I don't see how you could get it under... Well, maybe a probe under 18 tons. It could be possible. Yeah, I don't know. It could be possible. I don't know. I've only played like actually played RSS like maybe like one time ever. Never really did anything with it. I don't even think I made it to orbit. I just kind of like opened the mod, like looked around, and that was about it. Getting toasted. Yeah, but all right. I left those on specifically to see if I could try to recover them, but I guess not. It's okay. Rotisserie, yeah. Oh, and then I'll do Prober once this is done. And that's on the way, and then this is about to be done. And then I'll start building the Eve thing, and then get that into orbit, and then I'll do the Minmus satellite thing. Or no, I do the Minmus satellite thing because I don't know when the next Eve transfer is. Yeah, I got it. Alright, I think this thing is safe, yeah. Oh, well, don't do that. That's not nice. I wonder if I've collected this stone thing that I'm seeing here. Or is that just a rock? That might not be a ground scatter. Or whatever. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. It's not going to give me enough science for me to care. Oh, so check this out. I'm gonna make a prediction. I'm going at around 8 meters per second. Maybe the decoupler survives, but the spark is going to survive even though we're going over the impact tolerance. So check this out. Oh, okay, so yeah. So even though it's over the impact tolerance, the nozzle doesn't have any impact tolerance because of that thing I was talking about. So it protects the craft on landing. It is totally not possible to get to orbit on with stock parts. Yeah, that was my suspicion, and especially with the basic level parts. Though, like, you could unlock a significant amount of the tech tree, because like there was have some Kerbal Air Program video, right? So potentially you could get a bunch of science from like biome hopping and all that stuff, and then unlock enough of the tech tree, like, because once you get the fairing, like, it's kind of like you get a bunch of good stuff there. uh yeah, so like, I don't know. Okay, this is Prober. Hang on, which one of these is the orbit I'm going for? The green one. I want the green one. Okay. Oh, that was it? Okay, I guess. All right, that was easy. Okay, now it's these last few. I'm going to do the survey of the Mun next. It's this probe here. Man, I've been tired recently. Is it just the one? Oh, they're on the surface. Oh, this thing has enough to land. I could decommission this thing. But then I can't hop around between them. Kerbal Motion LLC. Um, what do you guys think? Do you think that's close enough where I could like get all three of them, or do I need to like? I don't know. I might have messed that up, so I might need to conduct another Mun mission. Let me see if there's another like plant a flag on the Mun thing that I can spawn in. Um, I'll just send up a new craft. That's fine. I can send up a biome hopper. And I can just do a probe. That'll be easier. Um, there, that'll be okay. And then I want to give this thing a barometer and a thermometer, because then I can do both of those. Alright. Okay. Yeah, and then once this is done, I should be able to start doing the Eve mission, which hopefully won't take too terribly long. Famous last words, but just whatever. The majesty of the engine plate. Yeah, the engine plate, it's really like a very busted part when you think about it, because like you can change the symmetry mode on it and effectively just attach as much shit to it as you want. And on top of that, it will just like delete the drag of anything attached to it if you like occlude the like decoupler node of it. Like it's kind of ridiculous that that's just like possible. No, it's not an unguided ascent. I got the wings on there. How did the other one have more drag than this? There must have been a part like peeking through the fairing or something. Oh, I need hibernation and warp on. For my first orbiter, you had to engine plate like 50 thumpers. Why? Yeah, it was still pretty spicy. I like my ascent spicy. I like my food spicy, dude. I'm that guy that has like way too many different kinds of hot sauce in his fridge. I love hot sauce. Oh, okay. Sure. You don't have a very good spice tolerance? That's fine. I don't care. I happen to enjoy spicy food, and that's just for me. You needed 2 kilometers per second more delta V. Oh, is this RSS? Okay. What's the mission? At the moment, I'm just doing some contracts. Right now, I'm going to the surface of the Mun, and I'm just measuring temperature and stuff. So I'm setting up this probe with some like absurd amount of fuel and some antenna and whatnot to go do that. Then I have to put a probe in orbit of Minmus, and it has like a couple hundred days that it has to wait because it's like I did two at the same time, so it kind of had to like whatever. But then after that, I'm going to go to Eve and finish up a contract over there because that'll get me about 100 grand, and it won't be too bad because oh stock stock rescale. Okay, I see what you mean. And I also unlocked maneuver nodes without realizing that I did so because I didn't. I thought that getting a maneuver node was a different thing than it was, so I got that. And Eve mission is going to be pretty easy thanks to that. Very thankful for that. So I'm gonna do that later. Maybe in this stream. We'll see if I have time. I try not to go too long. Germany's out of the World Cup. Aw, sorry to hear that, bro. How was the match? Rob. Oh, I see. Okay. I don't know much about soccer. I didn't grow up watching soccer or playing soccer or anything, so football, excuse me. Um, so I don't know anything really about the game, but yeah. I'm guessing 2-1 was the score. Oh, that's perfectly lined up. Hell yeah. I'll take that. Oh no. The two no, I get a decent amount of viewers from Europe actually. Benj is from. Oh wow, I didn't realize how lumpy the North Pole was. I need to play this game more, dude. I've never seen the North Pole before. Like, are we serious? Benj is from Germany. Um, I think I have other viewers in Europe. I don't know, none that I personally know, but I'm sure I got a few. Yeah, it does. It does for sure. It's just unfortunate that I haven't like seen much of it thanks to my way of playing the game. Okay, is that it's on the edge? I think I need to start burning. Oh wait, I can activate navigation because that's a feature in this game. Why do I never use it? Okay, I'm in whatever zone I targeted. Yeah, no, but I never got into KSP in terms of like building rovers and just like exploring. I always liked building rockets and like challenging myself with that. So there's like a whole like aspect of the game that I haven't really explored. All right. I like the explosion sound happening the moment I hit the ground. All right, I got those. Okay, transmit. Oh wait, I don't. I just need to do it. I don't need to transmit it. Okay. Okay. Activate navigation, please. The Hef way. Yeah. Now Hef is like deceptively good at the game, right? Like he's like very silly and he like over dramatizes a lot of the stuff in his videos, but like he's like solid. He just doesn't like enjoy the whole like crazy optimization stuff. Goliath engine is an F tier in career mode. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't understand why you would use it. All right, so that's done. Now I need to get that one probe in orbit of Minmus. Double digit view cap. Wait, really? Oh, hell yeah. Hey, I got 10 people here. I mean, one of them's me, so it's actually 9, but we don't have to talk about it. I have the stream open up on my other monitor because I don't trust the OBS like chat overlay thing. I've had it happen before where it's messed up. Oh, and now it's 8. Oh, great. Thanks, guys. Mizmin. 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 All right. Let's see here. Where am I at? Oh, right. I had set it up like this. Fucking Juno Ah. New Horizons Ah Minmus encounter. All right. Hold on. All right. Good enough. Yeah, you tanked my viewership, man. Why'd you do that? I can't believe it, man. Me and my 8 viewer stream was really doing great before you did that. Yeah, no, I see the viewer count. Don't worry. Okay, so like low key, like I like the RSC sound effects that that mod adds, but I'm kind of nostalgic for like just the basic like stock sounds. I wonder if I could um have it just turn off. Wait, I could you can have a limiter? Why would you have I don't know what that is. All right. Um okay, so got that. I did. I did. I think I did turn that off. Oh, so that's fun. This thing doesn't have enough RCS wheels to like overpower its own asymmetry. Okay, it was fine when it was the two of them. I didn't think that the antenna was that far off center. Like, the fact that I can hold it in place speaks to me that SAS should be able to do it, so I don't understand why I have to sit here and manually, like, tap the button, you know? Like, I'm not entirely sure why that is. Also, this is a very long capture burn. Boop. All right. Okay, next up. Oh, we're going this way. Oh, don't you cut off my signal. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Ah! All right. There we go. All right. That's all done. Okay. So finally, I finished off all those contracts. So I think I'm going to do the Eve one now. I think maybe. Well, I might not actually have time. How long has it been? Over 2 hours. I'll engineer the craft at the very least. Bring rock back from Eve. You really think I'm capable of that? All right. Oh, I can do this really quick. Make you guys wait a little bit longer, even though I'm probably going to wrap up in like the next 15 minutes, but we'll see. Evil. I know. I know. I know. I'm the worst, personally. All right. So I guess just log pressure, transmit. All right. That was easy. Okay, let's build this Eve craft. A trivial prestige. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, why was it 1 star? Like, I've accepted the one that's like go to Eve, do a spacewalk, and then come back or whatever, and that one was 3 prestige. Like, look how much. That's crazy. All right. So let's go ahead and build this thing. Um, let me. Okay, so Eve has a bunch of biomes, and I could do the low Eve orbit thing, but also I think I don't want to do that yet because, like, honestly, well, let me look something up. Okay. Well, no, actually, because I have some science from Eve because I went to Eve. I keep forgetting that I went to Eve. So I'm just going to do the contract. I'm not going to do anything else while I'm... Gilly, I have maneuver notes. Um... Hmm... I could go to Gilly. Um... I don't know. I... I'm not gonna go. Okay, because this isn't in a video, and all I'm doing is getting money. I'm not gonna add any extra requirements to this mission. I'm just gonna plan it for what I'm doing. So let's see here. What's the ISP? 315 versus 320. So I'm going to use the Spark engine. Um, actually, let's do this just because. Well, no, let's stick with this guy, and then I need some solar panels. I'm gonna just do 2, and then like that. And a couple drogue shoots. Or I'll just do 1. Because I really want to see if I can get this to work with only 1 launch. Because that would be very convenient. So basically I'm just doing how much Delta V can I cram into this thing. Let's see here. 2,000, that's already pretty good. I think technically that's enough, but I'm going to bring more than that. I'll double it. Why not? Double it and give it to the next person. Actually, I don't need to do it like that. I could save a part and just, oops. I could just do this. And then do that. There we go. That's good. Alright, and then do that. Okay, 4,000 meters per second. Given the fact that I have maneuver nodes, I think that's enough, honestly. Because I don't have to guess anymore in terms of, like, oh, am I going to, like, technically get an encounter, and am I going to get a Kerbin encounter after that, and blah, blah, blah. So I don't think I need any more than that, honestly. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, how much does this weigh? 4 tons? Alright, so let's do this. Alright. I'm not going to bother with recovering that, because I don't think this is going to be all that expensive. Skipper is just easier. I think 3,000 is enough, but I want a little more. Alright, that's fine. Okay, so Eve Craft. Eve mission easy. Alright. I am going to run to the restroom really quick. I will be right back. I am going to take this thing to orbit, and then I'm going to see how much time I have. Probably won't make it to Eve this stream, but I'll try to do it soon. So let me I can edit this, I think. Let me see if I know how to use this software I've been using for years. Yeah, leave it. I'll let that ride. Alright. I will be right back. All right, hello. Okay. Does the Aeneid, it's Aeneid by Jeb have anything to do with the Odyssey by Bill? Yes. So it's kind of like the spiritual successor, if you will. It's a spin-off, really, if you think about it, right? Like I'm just doing like the same thing that he did, but I'm doing it like cuz I want to. Cuz that series was a very the Kerbal did a backflip. No way. Um that series inspired me a lot in Kerbal Space Program. It was one of the first things that I really like engaged with. It was my introduction to Brad, and like it's a very monumental like addition to the content sphere of Kerbal Space Program, right? So like I kind of messed up my staging. Let me see here. All right. So it's like a spin-off. And yeah. So like there's little references to the Odyssey interspersed throughout it, and yeah, the next one in the series is very, very, very heavily inspired by a particular episode. I'm not going to give you any more hints than that. Um, yeah, it yes, it has a lot to do with it. I just like really enjoyed that series, and I wanted to try making my own little version of it. It's not going to be nearly as. This is not a spicy ascent profile, okay? This right here is a very average ascent profile. But I just wanted to try my hand at making something similar since like it was such like a an inspiration for me, so I wanted to do it. And it gave me an excuse to like make videos that are different. It expanded my portfolio, right? Cuz like music video minimalist missions or challenge videos in this game have been done to death, right? Like, sure, I'm doing it in some cases better than other people have done it before in terms of the actual mission itself, but like the content of the video isn't remarkably different. And so having that be the only thing that I produce is like kind of like I don't really want to do that, right? Cuz then it gets old for me and it gets old for the viewers. So, yeah, I wanted to expand into different things, and obviously it's still derivative, right? Except it's even more derivative than like compared to some other content that I've made. But I enjoy making it. I have fun. I'm having fun with the narrative, so that's all that really matters, and it just offers a broader scope of things that I can work on. And that's really what I want for my channel, honestly, right? Because like I don't really want to be like locked into like, oh, I'm a Kerbal Space Program YouTuber, or like, oh, I'm a Geometry Dash player, or whatever, right? Like I just wanted to like do stuff and wrap it up in some way that's presentable and show it to people because I like the things that I do, and I think I do it pretty good. I mean, yeah, that's how it starts, right? Like I don't play KSP just because it's a way to make content, right? Like I enjoy the game. Like if I didn't enjoy the game, I wouldn't make content on it, right? But I don't know. I like making content. I like the process of it. Of course, like it does kind of make it hard to play the game sometimes because then it's like I have to be doing it for a video to some extent. Otherwise, I'm like quote unquote wasting time because like I have a very busy life and I try not to like spend time doing things that isn't productive. But that's also just like a consequence of like having a life and having priorities and all that sort of stuff. Like that's not necessarily the fault of like having a channel that you make content for. Because there was a period of time a while ago where I was like genuinely burnt out from Kerbal Space Program, and so what I did is I just like played career mode. I think I did like the hard, like this version of it, but like harder. I don't remember if this was that time, but I just played the game, like not for content, not for anything, and like it helped me get back into it, right? Because it was just like, yeah, like I just needed to enjoy the game for myself for a little bit. Okay, so I have a lot of extra fuel, more than I thought. Alright, I need to point down. There we go. Alright, where's Eve? I think I can get a little bit of this going. Alright, tracking station. I'm going to speed run this. Let's see how quickly I can get to Eve. Good enough. Okay, that's good, and then I'll do a mid-course correction. What mods am I using? I could open... Here, I'll open up my mod folder. Let's see. It's a bunch, but it's mostly just, like, random, like, quality of life stuff. Alright, open file location. Game data. Oops. Now I can't find it. Where did it... Okay. So, like, Astronomer's Visual Pack, Better Time Warp, Camera Tools is in there, but I'm not really using that. I don't know what Custom Barn Kit is. There's a bunch of stuff in here that are, like, dependents for other mods. Distant Object Enhancement, that lets me see, like, there's, like, some planets out in the distance there. Environmental Visual Enhancements, but that's just for Astronomer's Visual Pack. Fill It Up, which I use for some testing. Oh, I forgot to start the burn. Because it lets you, like, adjust fuel levels a little bit easier in the VAB. Firefly, which is the re-entry mod. Hangar Extenders, just so I could build large crafts, but that's not super relevant for me at the moment. Heat Patter, which I don't think actually works all that well, but it's supposed to help with, like, RAM for tracking, altering the tracking station for Outer Planets mod. Oh, well, I don't need that in there then. Whatever. Copernicus is in there. Module Manager, but that whatever. Module Flight Integrator, more dependence. Parallax, Planet Shine, Precise Editor, which I can't use. I'm bad. I can't get it to work. Rocket Sound Enhancement, Scatterer. I think that's it. And Waterfall. I mean, I don't really want volumetric clouds yet. I don't know. I could get it at some point. I don't know. I'm not super married to it. Alright. Oh, why does it look like that? Ugh, it's got the weird, like, Crayola thing going on with it. It's like a scatterer issue or something. Okay, so wait, what are the requirements here? Orbit Eve, so I have to capture. Alright. hold on. Let's see, what am I doing here? KSA. I don't know. I like Kerbal Space Program. It's not really like, I don't know. I hate the kittens. I do think they look kind of creepy, honestly. Like they rub me the wrong way. I don't like how they look. I guess you could say the same about Kerbals, but like at least it's not like trying to be something that like kind of exists. You know what I mean? All right, there we go. That's looking pretty good. All right, that's good enough. Guys, we are flying through this. All right. Let's go ahead and do the capture. All right. So now we're orbiting. And now we need to do the orbital spacewalk, so which I don't think I've done before. Let's see. Ooh, yeah. Okay, 5.6. I don't remember if that's more than Duna, but I'm not going to farm that cuz doesn't feel super worth it to me. All right, and now let's get up here. Man, Eve is pretty. I like Eve. Okay. All right, whatever. Okay, so now let's plan this. All right, so that's all wrong. I wish I could like lock to periapsis so that I can like do that easier. All right. I'm going to finish this up another time. I do have to get going, unfortunately. So that's going to be it for the stream, I think. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Hopefully I'll come back pretty soon. I'm going to be pretty busy for the next week, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe in the next couple weeks I'll be able to stream again. All right. Thanks for popping in. Bye, guys.